The story I'm about to tell you is so insane that you'll think it's straight out of a movie. It's about a Netflix director who burned $55 million filming a series that never came to be, and once he was left with the last $11 million, he didn't spend it finishing the series. Instead, he made a decision akin to Wall Street Bets. He deposited the money to his personal account and went all in on a single biotech stock. In just a matter of weeks, he lost close to $6 million, and with the last $4 million, he went all in on Dogecoin. Carl Eric Rinch, the youngest son of an insurance executive, grew up in California, and with him living close to Hollywood, it shouldn't come as a surprise that he quickly developed a passion for filmmaking. He even took the initiative and started renting camera equipment and shooting short films in his early teens. And as soon as he had the chance, he joined Ridley Scott's production company, making commercials and apprenticing under the acclaimed director. And then, after years of hard work, his career finally began to take off in 2010 when a short film called The Gift won top awards at the Cannes Lions International Advertising Festival. High on his success, there was even talk that he would direct a prequel to Alien for his feature film debut, but instead Universal Studios hired him to direct 47 Ronin starring Keanu Reeves. Unfortunately, his success was short-lived because when the movie was eventually released in 2013, it absolutely flopped, receiving bad reviews and underperforming at the box office. But he wasn't going to quit with filmmaking just yet. And this is where the chaos begins. Him and his wife started working on a sci-fi TV series about a genius who invents a human-like species called the Organic Intelligent. At first, he financed the whole production with his own money and did everything he could to reduce costs, including hiring mostly European actors and crew members to avoid Hollywood union rules. But that wasn't enough, and to keep the project going, he secured an investment from production company 30 West. But when he missed a deadline, the company threatened to take possession of the project, and like a knight on the white horse, Keanu Reeves came to the rescue and for some reason decided to invest in this soon-to-be a disaster of the show. However, the young director still finished editing 6 short episodes ranging from 4 to 10 minutes, which he used to pitch the big streaming companies on a 13-episode 120-minute first season. Now, at that time, streaming services were fighting each other for growth for new subscribers, and the way to achieve that was to make a ton of new content, which is why his far from finished series attracted many streaming services, and it seemed like Amazon was going to adopt the series, but in the very last minute, Netflix agreed to pay $61.2 million for the series, which it renamed Conquest. And because they were convinced the series had the potential to become as successful as Stranger Things, they even gave the director 2 unusual clauses. Final cut, which means that he had the ultimate say in how the film is edited and presented, and they assured him that he would remain locked for life to all subsequent seasons and spin-offs. While at the same time he didn't even have a complete script, but that was not the only problem. While he was shooting the remaining episodes, he mistreated the team, went days without sleep, and even accused his wife of plotting to have him assassinated. And then in March 2020, as the pandemic was reaching the United States, he asked Netflix to send him more money, while he had obviously missed several production milestones and was still toggling between 2 versions of the scripts, a shorter one and one twice as long. And after he claimed that the whole production risked collapsing without an immediate cash injection, Netflix finally wired his production company $11 million. And now comes the fun part. He immediately transferred $10.5 million to his personal brokerage account at Charles Schwab, and using options placed risky bets on the stock market, one of them being shares of Gilead Sciences. At the time, the biotech company announced that it was testing an antiviral drug on COVID patients, and Rinch thought the stock would rise. But while he was right, he ended up losing money on that play, and on top of that he found the S&P 500, which had already dropped dropped by more than 30% would fall further. Needless to say, he lost $5.9 million in just a matter of weeks. Now just imagine losing so much money while you still had to finish a whole TV series. You'd probably not take it well, and he's not an exception. In the months after the loss, he became erratic. He told his wife that planes were organic intelligent forces that came to say hi, that he could predict lightning strikes and volcanic eruptions. And on top of that, he started sending messages to Netflix saying he has found a way to map the coronavirus signal emanating from within Earth. As expected, his wife quickly notified Netflix about his state and filed for divorce. Meanwhile, Netflix changed its management team and on March the 18th, 2021, decided to stop funding the series. Naturally, Lynch, who, let's be fair here and say he spent at least some time finishing the series, became very angry. At first, he sent angry emails to Netflix accusing them of breaching his contract, and then, filled with anger and desperation, he decided to use what remained of the $11 million that Netflix wired him a year ago to place bets on crypto, all while he was still, according to him, of sound mind and body. He transferred more than $4 million from his Schwab account to an account on the Kraken exchange, and you can't even make this up. He bought Dogecoin. Now, based on his track record, I honestly expected him to lose money, but I can't even believe I'm saying this. When he liquidated his Dogecoin positions just a month later in May 2021, he had a balance of nearly $27 million. And with this new cash, he finished the series and proved Netflix and everyone else wrong. The end. Except that totally didn't happen, and instead he went on a spending spree, buying 5 Rolls Royces, a Ferrari, a $387,000 Constantine watch, and millions of dollars worth of high-end furniture and designer clothing, supposedly spending $8.7 million. Now the funny part is that in a divorce deposition, he said that the cars and furniture were props for his TV series, because which other sci-fi series doesn't need 5 Rolls Royces and a Ferrari? He even said he paid for them with Netflix production money, while at the same time in his arbitration case with Netflix, he argued that the money was contractually his and that Netflix owed him several more payments totaling more than $14 million. Now this is unfortunately where the story ends for now, but if you would like to see what happens when you mix overconfidence with options, click on the video just popped up. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe, and if you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in comments down below, and thanks for watching.